Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of John's Garage. I'm actually here in South Shreveport. Just had lunch at my favorite pizza place. It's called Smitty's. It was Pizza Inn back in the 80s when we were in high school. Looks exactly the same on the inside. It's so awesome. If you get a chance to South Shreveport, stop by and check them out. They have a wonderful pizza buffet. Fantastic. Anyway, I'm in South Shreveport because I'm heading to Keithville. We got a lead on an engine for the Willys Jeep. So I'm going to head out there. It's at a friend of mine's automotive custom shop. And we're going to go out there. Actually, there's two engines, it turns out, that are possibilities. So we're going to go out there and see if one of them might be the right fit for the old Willys Jeep. So let's go check it out. All right, guys, I made it out to Keithville, and like I said, got a lead on a couple of engines. Got a couple of choices to consider. Possibility number one is a 4.3 liter V6 out of this 97 S10 Blazer. Quick story on this Blazer. This was a one owner 97 Blazer driven by a guy that drove it up to 90,000 miles, and then it got totaled. And it is a clean vehicle, but it is runt. You'll remember in an early episode, we mentioned the possibility of using a 4.3 liter V6 as a swap-in motor. A lot of the purists are going to freak out, but as I mentioned before, it had a 6-cylinder Studebaker in it when we got it, so the original motor was long gone, and the original Willys motors are really expensive to make work. So anyway, the good news is the motor is good. Still turns over. I actually got to hear it run, so I know it is a good engine. Some of the positives, other than knowing that it runs, which is always helpful, is it is a 180 horse V6 engine. It does have fuel injection, so that makes it easier to start, more reliable. So those are some definite positives. Downsides, complexity. Even in 97, a lot of computers were used to make these engines run. So that's a consideration. Don't know if I need 180 horsepower in a Jeep that came with 40 horsepower from the factory. That's something to think about. But I've also been told that you can do an intake and carburetor on these engines, so you might could take some of that complexity away. So anyway, that's one of the considerations. I'll give you a little closer look. She's hit hard, but we did verify the motor is good. There's one of those pesky computers I was talking about right there. So anyway, that's possibility number one. 4.3 1997 fuel injected V6. Now let's go check out another possibility. All right, so we're gonna head over to the second possibility, the 2.8 liter V6 engine. Somewhere back here. Lots of cool stuff all around me. Love it. Love it, love it. God, this is like Candyland. Yeah, here we go. Okay, option number two. It is not in a vehicle, but it was. It is a 2.8 liter, 102 horsepower V6 Chevy engine. Came out of a 3rd gen Camaro. That's the differential out of the same car. As you can see, the transmission is still mounted to it. Can't use that transmission. It is a 200R4 without a removable tail shaft. And we need a removable tail shaft, so we have a Turbo 350 we're gonna use so we can run the transfer case for the 4-wheel drive. But this is another possibility. One of the big advantages that I see right off the bat, it's a little more compact in design. Might be a little better fit for that small engine compartment. It is carbureted already, no computer. I like that. I even like the look of the air cleaner under a classic hood. Downside, I'm not sure what kind of condition it's in. Never heard it run. No verification that it's a good solid engine, so a little bit of a risk there. So there you go. 4.3, fuel injected, complicated, but we know it runs. 2.8, not complicated, but unknown condition. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to get out of here before this weather moves in, but that's kind of the challenge we face. Which engine would you choose? If you will comment and let me know what you would do, that'll help me. Would you go 4.3 fuel injected from the 97 S10 Blazer, or would you use the 2.8 liter V6 out of the Camaro? Let me know what you think. Let me know the pros and cons in your eyes, and stay tuned to find out which motor we decide to go with. Don't miss the next episode of John's Garage.